And I think this data
right.
comes out in the next set that we're just about to put on your screen. This is to do with which Congress leader is best suited to lead the party. Now, it is interesting to note over here that there was a moment where it seemed Rahul Gandhi's graph was rising. From there, see what happens now. And look at Priyanka Gandhi's numbers. Those, frankly, are the ones to watch out for. I'll start telling the Rahul Gandhi story from January 2022, when he's just at a very lowly 19%. From there, in part thanks to the Bharat Jodo Yatra, it goes up to 32% before the general elections. Post the general elections, from 31%, Rahul Gandhi shoots up in that same survey. So remember, this is not Modi, Bikau or anything. It was in that same survey. He jumps up from 31 to 49. An 18% increase is a remarkable achievement. From there, he's crashed now from 49 to 36, a 13% decline for Rahul Gandhi from August to February. These are warning bells which are ringing very, very loudly. Ashutosh may not like to see this. He may find the mistake to be in the EVMs or in the electoral rolls, but that's a number to be very concerned about.
Rahul, you're being a little unfair and harsh. Because the fact is, and that's the worry for the Congress, that while Rahul Gandhi's numbers may have dropped, no one's numbers have substantially risen.
No, they have.
He's still 3 times more popular, and I'm presuming, therefore, that within Congress leaders, he's still seen as their best bet.
But that's what I said. That's one way of interpreting the data. The other way of interpreting this data is Priyanka Gandhi's jumped from 6 to 11.
That's because she's more visible, Rahul.
That's almost a doubling of her numbers. So earlier, there was a period last year when it seemed that the leadership question was fully settled, that everyone was rallying around Rahul Gandhi. A 13% decline, statistically, Rajdeep, forget the personality, statistically, a 13% decline in just the period from August to February is alarming.
No, it's the only reason for it. Priyanka Gandhi has now contested, become a member of parliament. She's a little bit more visible. Rahul Gandhi in August, when you did the poll, had just become the leader of the opposition, had just done reasonably well.
So he's lost massive momentum.
The problem is this. Congress has almost hitched its bandwagon to the Gandhi family. You add 36, 11, 47%. Half of the of your respondents still want a member of the Gandhi family to lead the Congress. The question is, are you willing to disrupt that and say someone else should do it?
No.
I want to see a day when in your mood of the nation, someone outside the Gandhi family is able to be in a position where he's close to Rahul Gandhi.
He has to be given the opportunity. Let's assume there's a better anchor than Rajdeep Sardesai or Rahul. Of course, there may be. If they don't get the opportunity, how will the audience know? Ultimately, it does comes down to that,
That's the problem.
I just have one.
If Sachin Pilot was at 7, he's now at 8. He needs the kind of projection, he or somebody else, I don't want to get into trouble before they go after him unnecessarily, but someone like him needs projection to be able to rise. You give him an opportunity, then you will know. आप दूसरे किसी को खुद बैटिंग करो मत, दूसरे किसी को बैटिंग करने मत दो, फिर बोलो कि कोई रन नहीं बना.
Just a minute. You tell me.
Yes.
When within the Congress have we seen a move of someone to say, we want Sachin Pilot as our president, or we want Shashi Tharoor as our president?
Who will say?
Workers, the party has
Off
to say.
camera they
you
say.
and I can't decide
no,
this.
Have
How
no
can we
say?
decide whether who the Congress needs?
No, we can't say.
Right. So that my point is, when you're saying, you want to see, will someone else get an opportunity? That has to be done by the Congress party. They have to decide.
But the problem is, Rajdeep, Raj, the
finish.
problem is that this debate was frankly settled. Last year, post the Lok Sabha, this debate was over. Now the numbers themselves suggest that matters up. Now it's 49 to 36. What if next time, this is a very alarming situation. He has to reverse it, or it could get worse.
There is an explanation for that. At 49%, he becomes the leader of the opposition for the first time. He gets a huge bump. Then you've seen the Congress on the decline in the states, and that is reflecting on it. I just want to make one other point that is there. Coming to what you had said, if you look at what happened to the BJP, at the peak, Rajiv Gandhi, when he was there, they got 414 seats. Where was the BJP? Around 2 seats. As they went up, they started building slowly. It took them something like 15 years before they actually hit 150 seats.
Right.
The Congress finds itself in that position at the moment, where it is down to its own lowest numbers and will need 5 years, 8 years. It cannot overnight turn it. That's point one. 2, everybody says you've not been able to recover territory in each of these regions that you once dominated. Has the BJP, despite being the dominant power now for close to 10 years, unseated Stalin, unseated Mamata Banerjee, unseated, they needed Naidu, which was there. Each of these regional forces were completely new to the country, a result of the Janta movement, the entire backwards coming to the fore, and they then converted that. So now both the BJP and the Congress centrist parties have to contend with these. It's just not the Congress's problem.
No, but
the BJP has not been able to take on the regional players. Even in Maharashtra, they still
but let's take the point that Rahul made. It's contentious about giving opportunities, but is a valid point at one level as well, Ashutosh, because if the Congress, and we can go back to 1984, the Congress has never got a majority on its own. It's not just that its problem started with Rahul Gandhi. They predate Rahul Gandhi when it comes to a majority at the center. But is the Congress willing to experiment with a new face? Remember, Narendra Modi came in and disrupted the old Advani-Vajpayee era. He sort of took over the party. Mr. Advani tried for a while to hold on, but could not. Could that happen at all in the Congress party? We could otherwise go on with these mood of the nation surveys year after year. Congressmen want Rahul, but what about those outside the Congress?
Rajdeep, to begin with, I must say sorry if I hurt anybody in the studio. That was not my intent. I just wanted to provoke some kind of a discussion over there.
We take no offense. Please, you've been part of our newsroom. It's a very democratic newsroom. Go for it.
See, three things which I have to say. First of all, I partly agree with Raj what he said. Congress party was in an operation theatre for good 5 years, 2014 to 2019. From 2019 to 2024, it's brought into the ICU. Now the Congress party first time has come into the private ward. The issue is the patient is ill. Now the patient is ill. You expect him to suddenly go to the gym and jump and do all kinds of things and fight with Narendra Modi. That is not going to happen. So I agree with it, Raj, on that point. But one thing which has happened, which is probably we are not noticing, that I have been in politics. I was part of the organization building process, and I was also part of the contested election. So I know building organization is never very easy. RSS took almost 100 years to reach where they are today. The issue is very simple. First of all, the Congress has to identify the social base which it has lost. 2024 election, and that's why I give credit to Rahul Gandhi. He identified that Dalits, Muslims, and the OBCs had to come back to the Congress party. And that's why he's raising the issue of safe constitution. And there is a definite unease among the, there is a definite attraction among the Dalits for the Congress party. Among the Muslim, all India, Congress is the first preference. Rahul is the champion for them. About the OBC, the caste census, since Kolar rally in Karnataka, he has been raising caste census issues, and that is what makes Akhilesh Yadav, that's what makes Tejasvi Yadav, that's what makes JD Nitish Kumar very uncomfortable. Because if OBC is moving, that means all three regional forces will die down. So issue is, Rahul Gandhi has got an ideological framework for the Congress party and India Gathbandhan, but there is no structural formation, there is no structure per se. There is absolutely no leadership. I completely agree on that point. But unless you have an ideological framework clear.
You know, Manisha, Ashutosh is making an interesting point, saying ideologically, Rahul Gandhi has given the Congress some kind of a direction, agree, disagree with it. He's the one person taking inconvenient questions right into the Modi camp. Does that make him the right person at this moment to lead the opposition, given the organizational deficiencies in the Congress party, in your view, given these numbers?
I think they've become two separate issues. He's undoubtedly the person who's raising the issues that the opposition should be raising. There's no doubt that he's built a people's connect even in difficult areas, including in places like Srinagar, where Omar Abdullah was a clear leader. There was a groundswell of opinion that went on to say that Rahul Gandhi is emerging as a leader. But soon after the fact that he had been able to revive his image, he had been able to put that Pappu tag behind him. After that, the issue to be taken up was organization, continues to be organization. Let me tell you, on 18th January, I saw the Samvidhan rally for which he was there. The city was chock-a-block, etc. Rahul Gandhi with the Samvidhan in one hand and Karpuri's image on the other. Remember, Karpuri was the staunch anti-Congress man who dislodged, he and his ideas continued to rule the anti-Congress space in the state of Bihar. Now, as of today, I see a National Democratic Alliance, not the BJP, National Democratic Alliance hold district and sub-district level meetings with leaders across their NDA alliance. But I see that after Rahul Gandhi left, there is no literally alliance meeting happening at district and
No, but
sub-district level.
that is precise.
One
No, no,
second,
but
Rajiv,
Manisha
one
Priyam,
second.
but Manisha
Rajiv,
Priyam,
one
that is
second.
precisely the problem. I mean,
One
without
second.
organization, all your ideological force cannot necessarily take you far. A,
One
B,
second.
for the BJP, and just a minute, ma'am, I just want to take this to Rajat because, the fact is many also see Rahul Gandhi as the perfect opponent for Prime Minister Modi. It allows Mr. Modi, Rajat, to play Namdar versus Kamdar. Is Rahul Gandhi the perfect opponent for the BJP anymore? Or should the BJP look at Rahul Gandhi as some kind of a threat despite these declining numbers in the Mood of the Nation poll?
So, in my understanding, Rahul Gandhi is still, typically he has a style of working on certain theoretical constructs. These big theoretical maxims which suit potentially, say, a left-liberal, left-leaning professor in a university. Now, so you talk about decentralization as a concept. How is that sort of challenging or challenging the ideology of the BJP? I don't see that. See, this is where, you on one side, when you take practical issues like representation and lack of representation of Dalits in the top echelons of decision making, look at this graph. Kharge ji is the sitting leader of that party, and he doesn't even get a mention in this chart. This is what Dalits actually see through. They are like, you are saying one thing, but you do not mean that. And that dichotomy that exists within the Congress party, that though you did not have any positionship officially, you were a de facto leader of the Congress party, but you kept the center of gravity of the entire party with yourself. Why did you not allow the center of gravity to substantially shift, not just in de jure, but also in de facto level? And then you walk the talk. That's essentially how you build credibility. See, leadership, the fundamental foundational pillar is credibility. Now, you need to be credible, and for that, you need to walk the talk.